Hi guys, it's been a bit, but I wanted to make a video about Persona 5 and it coming to the Switch most likely, and the new domain names coming up, and just like what I want from this version. Um, yeah, we're just gonna be talking about that. So first off, I think a lot of discussion came out with Persona 5 coming to the Switch because of the fact that Atlas and Nintendo were like, we're gonna put Joker in Smash, and that was a more recent announcement about like a few weeks ago, night before Smash came out, which was crazy, man. I was super excited. If you haven't seen my reaction yet, you should go watch my last video. That was an exciting thing for me. I could say that much because I never thought Joker would be in the game. It was kind of like a personal thing that I wanted. I always wanted a Persona character to be in Smash, and now we're finally getting that. And I didn't think it was gonna happen, but we finally are getting it. And it kind of blows my mind, really. And I think for a lot of people, the reason why it did blow their mind is because it was kind of like so far out there, and it was a character that has not seen a Switch release yet, which is why a lot of people are getting to talk about that there's going to be a Persona 5 on Switch. Um, Personally, I think the Switch is a perfect fit for Persona 5, and even possibly even the other Persona games. I think this is like the perfect time for Nintendo to get all those portable games, all those versions of Persona onto the Switch and sell and make a lot of money. Um, and especially now that the last few days, the domain of having a new Persona game, Persona thing going on right now, and there being, just a website being put up for Persona. It's looking like there's going to be some sort of announcement. I mean, this is just speculation. We have no concrete evidence at the moment. There's no leaks or anything like that. But from what I can tell, it seems like they're going to put it on the Switch. And there's going to be probably an enhanced version. So, for anybody who's not aware, Persona tends to make some enhanced versions of their games by adding like tons and tons of new content, be it dungeons, new social links, costumes, new events, just so much more content. That it really truly makes it worthwhile to double dip in it, or it's the perfect time to jump in if you're a first time fan or your first time getting into the games. And personally, what I want is like all the things I mentioned, the dungeon bosses, music, just everything, all the works. And this is what I personally want. This is something that I thought Persona 5 was going to get eventually. And I've been seeing a lot of people saying, it's too soon. You have to keep in mind, guys, that Atlas is not the small indie company that they were anymore. They've gotten a little bit more mainstream now with Persona 5. They're expanding their company. They're getting way more employees now. So for them to be able to expand that much and getting that big is because they're making money. They're making a profit, which means they have more projects in the making, which means that they're able to pump out way more stuff more often because they have more people working there. And I think that this kind of fits in the same time span. Let's just say, for example, they did announce, let's just say January. They're like, our game's coming on, our new game is coming out like, I don't know, summer or fall. If you think about it, it initially came out in Japan in September of 2016. Okay? That means that if it comes out in fall, it's roughly 3 years after the release. That doesn't seem too far off if you think about it, right? And I think the likelihood of it coming to the Switch with new content is really high because I don't see why they wouldn't take the opportunity to work out a deal with Atlas and just be like, hey, we want Persona on Switch. We want this to happen. Think about it. It's the perfect thing. They have Joker's coming out of Smash, so it's like the biggest form of free advertising you want for your game. They're gonna want more money, so there's gonna be more exposure to Persona. There's gonna be more people that have never played Persona in their lives. That means they're gonna sell tons of copies, and there's gonna be people like me that want new things in Persona, a portable version of P5. They're gonna double dip and want more content out of it, and I'm gonna be happy with it. I want that. And yeah, it just makes sense from a business perspective. They would just make a lot of money. I just think they would just make tons of money. It just makes the most amount of sense. And for me, what more could you want? A portable version of the game, way more content. Obviously, this isn't like this isn't concrete. There's this information I'm telling you guys isn't like, oh, it's confirmed 100% speculation. But I don't see why Atlas would go out of their way to make new domain, like register new domains for names and get all this copyright stuff and not do anything with it. They've pretty much have a track record where they'll have this and it'll come up like roughly a week after they do it, and they'll announce it. So I'm feeling maybe like there's going to be some sort of Nintendo Direct in January, like very early. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. We're going to have like a Nintendo Direct. You know, this, of course, this, again, it's all speculation. This all could not happen at all. Maybe it's just complete garbage, but you know, it's looking like it's lining up to be a very real thing, and a perfect time as any, man. A perfect time as any. I think Nintendo has really been killing it, man. They have been really doing like they've been doing work, man. I just saw an article apparently that the Switch is already outsold PS4 with like the slim and the regular model, which is pretty crazy to think about. That's not counting the Pro, obviously, from this article I saw. But either way, the Switch is doing insane, man. It's selling like hotcakes. And what more can you do to cut into your competition and take away one of the exclusives? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, Persona 5 was the reason why I caved into getting a PS4. It was there. It was Bloodborne and that. I was like, I need one more game. Bloodborne came out. I was just like, all right, I need one more game to make me cave to buy a PS4. P5. P5 was the game. So it's kind of crazy that Nintendo's coming in and just being like, hey, Sony, you got those games? We're getting them too. So I don't know, man. Seems like to me that Nintendo's really being smart about this. And I'm really happy. And it's funny because I remember a long time ago when Atlas was going to go under because their patent company was filed for bankruptcy, so they were selling their development, their gaming division or whatever, the current Atlas that we have right now. And that I was thinking like Nintendo is like the perfect fit, I think, for having it, for having them as their third party or their second party development team, and making first party games and stuff for them. And then Sega bought them. Like, damn, that would have been a perfect fit for Nintendo. They didn't take it. So now that I'm seeing all these workings with Atlas right now, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is a Switch exclusive. You know, they got Joker and and Smash. You know, and I'm really I think a lot of people assumptions that P5 is going to be coming to the Switch is, you know, it's a good guess. I think it's a safe assumption that it's going to happen because it happened with Cloud, with Final Fantasy VII, and all the other ones. I think it's going to happen with this one too, and I couldn't be any more happy right now, man. This is exciting stuff to be a Persona fan and a Nintendo fan. I really hope that they really deliver with the game. I really hope that it honestly adds enough content for me that it's worth the double dip. I really hope that you can. I'm really hoping there's like a social link with Shiho. For guys who don't remember, it's the chick with like it's Anne's best friend, like in the beginning. I really hope they have like a social link with her. I'm hoping that there's like some sort of new like dungeon, or more than one dungeon. I'm hoping like 2 or 3 at least. More bosses, more Persona to collect. I'm hoping like new gameplay features, new activities to do during the day and night cycle. You know, just added features and content, just tons of added content that makes it really worthwhile. Double dip. I wouldn't mind replaying the game again because Persona 5 honestly is one of my favorite games of all time. If not, Persona in general, like the series is probably my favorite RPG series of all time, and that's saying something. And I have a lot of really well known like JRPGs that I really love, like turn-based RPGs. I love, like, you know, I can name tons, like Final Fantasy and like Mario, like Paper Mario, and you know, there's tons and tons of ones I could probably name. But yeah, no, I'm hoping this works out great for everybody involved. Maybe that means more Atlas stuff for Nintendo. Maybe Catherine for the Switch. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but I think it's gonna happen. I think Atlas and Sega want some money, Nintendo wants some money, and I want the game, and I'll give them my money if it's a quality product. And the other thing that I'm really worried about is I hope that they manage to fit the entire game on one cartridge. I don't want to download, you know, I really hate this about Switch, is that like they'll have a game because it's so big, they'll have be like, you have to download the rest of the game. Like that defeats the purpose of having it physically. Like, what's the point at that point, right? So I'm really hoping that if they do end up making a physical version of the game, that it fits all in one cartridge. I want it to be on there, and you know, I'm a big physical guy. I like having physical stuff, so I hope everything's on there. And yeah, this is what I'm hoping, man. This is exciting stuff, man. Anyway, sorry, I'm a big fan, and that's why I just needed to gush and talk about it. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for listening. All my social stuff's down below, and check you guys out next time, friends.